So before we get to the news at hand, I think it should be warranted that I should try to explain a few things before I actually talk about what this means and if it could mean anything for the future. And of course, the topic of this video obviously is going to be Miles Morales was apparently attempted at some level at Sony, but now how they got there kind of warrants some explaining. Of course, after the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, it made money. It made really good money, but the fan reception caused Sony to go back to the drawing board and really respond to the negativity that was happening. Of course, then they were still going to go on with everything. They were going to do the Sinister Six, and we're going to do a Venom and a spin-off all-female movie. There was just a bunch of ideas that they were going out there and doing. Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4 were announced, but then something more important happened, which is of course the Sony leak and hack. That pretty much put everything, down on face value, and they had to really take a step back. And then the internet pretty much reacted with, we want Spider-Man back at Marvel, or don't do it again because we're not going to see it. And they could realize that fans legitimately were saying this, like, this is not going to work. If they do another Spider-Man movie, just Sony, it was going to be a disaster. So at some level, they were trying different things. We of course got to see emails that they were attempting to bring back Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, maybe replace Andrew Garfield for some movies, but keep him in some and make it the same universe. It was all over the place. Now, there was rumors at one point that they were thinking about Miles Morales, and they were actually screen testing young African-American boys. Now, we don't have any confirmation of that, but here's something interesting that Tom Holland said, who is of course the current Spider-Man. He says, and I quote, "I know they're trying to make Miles Morales, but let me try and send a self-tape." Then the agent replied, "Actually, they requested you to send a self-tape." So this pretty much confirms that at some level, even when it was in Sony and Marvel's cooperative courts, that they were looking at African Americans to possibly take on Miles Morales. Now, we've heard Kevin Feige, who's of course, overseen everything in the MCU, multiple times say that he loves the Miles Morales character, and his time just isn't now. Now, obviously, at one stage or another, they wanted this, and they probably, reacted to it in a bad way, because Miles Morales, let's face it, if you don't have Peter Parker, you're pointless to do Miles Morales, because they're so tied together, and the reason he gets to become Spider-Man is so closely tied. So what just kind of would have been cheap, but now obviously casting someone so young, as Tom Holland, giving him maybe 10, 12 years of movies, and then working in a Miles Morales would absolutely be a perfect passing of the torch, because we will have grown with this character. So I think that's what they've settled on too. So, it's pretty great to see that that is an option out there, that they were willing to do it and screen test, which means in about 15 years, we're going to see Miles Morales, and I couldn't be more excited. So there it is, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this, and what are your guys' hopes, and when do you hope we can see some hints at Miles Morales? So thank you for watching the video, and if you guys like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, check out some of these other great videos we have on the channel. Just click the annotation right there, it'll take you to them. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a good one.